What's good, beautiful family? No mic today. I got the mics, but just ain't filming with it today. Just got out the shower and got my morning routine. You know what I'm saying? I be having a little more morning routine down. It's always good to start your mornings off good because that translates throughout the day, especially with heart, brain, and gut coherence. And the reason I'm saying heart, brain, and gut coherence is because that is the three brains. Well, not literal brain, but the three things that we tend to think with, but we're really disconnected nowadays from our heart and our gut because we are in the intellectic, or the intelligent, how they say it, in the intellect mind. Yeah, I think that's how they say it. But that is really with just reasoning, thinking, and the brain has two sides. So does the heart, and so does the gut. So it makes sense. But when we are able to tap more into our heart, when we are able to think more with the heart, we think more with compassion, we think more with love, and we tend to do things, especially our actions, have more meaning to them and more meaning to us in general. And it is being really our authentic self and vulnerable to life and circumstances. And when we come across life and circumstances, when we come across people, it is good to be in that relaxed state. It is good to be in a heart, brain, coherence, and gut. It is good to use your gut too. And it is good to eat foods that, you know what I'm saying, don't rupture your gut, help with digestive. But I'm not saying you have to, but it would definitely help. Especially with a lot of what the government puts in our foods nowadays. We don't really have a choice, but we do have a choice to eat cleaner and to just fast here and there and take care of our bodies more, because these are our temples, whatever you want to call it, our avatars, and taking care of them and respecting them is a way of the heart, a way of compassion. Because I mean, your body does so much. It gets rid of toxins. It does so much for you throughout the day, and we don't even realize that sometimes. But yeah, that is what I wanted to talk about today, is heart, brain, gut coherence. And a lot of people have said, oh, I'm getting that gut feeling, or I knew that I had an intuition of this happening. That is usually the gut. And our brain has neurons, and so does our gut. So that is how they are able to communicate and send signals up to our brain. And when we are giving our attention, we are paying attention to the area around us and our circumstances and the people we are interacting with. We are able to tap more into that gut brain coherence and that heart coherence, as it is good using all three. And a good practice that I especially do, you can either put your heart you can put your hand on your heart and your other hand on your head and breathe. Because where you place your attention is where your energy is flowing. So, and that's why when you put your hand on your arm, you got more attention on your arm. So your hands are energy centers. And there's energy all throughout the body, but there is energy centers. And so is the heart, and so is the gut, so is the brain. And energy is flowing through all our body, but it's when we are able to direct that energy, and doing them practices will help you be more in that coherence. As Dr. Joe, he talks a lot about this, Spencer, and Greg Braden, as this came from ancient traditions. This has been around ancient cultures, as I could say. And you don't have to put your other hand on your head. It can just be on your heart. I like using my left hand because it is more connected to my right hemisphere, feminine side. And I like putting my left hand first, but it don't matter. And then putting your right hand on top. And just being grateful when doing them practices for where you are at and the abundance that you have right now around you. And can also send loving energy to others. Paul Chek has talked about this. He's a spiritual teacher as well. Check him out if y'all haven't. But he talks about sending love to others. And when we do that, it just helps us be in the more compassion, loving, and more authentic states, because elevated emotions love, compassion, abundance, they all circle together. And when we are able to express them more throughout the day and feel that more throughout the day, that is ultimately what we attract to us. So within, so without, correspondence, the law of correspondence. And yeah, it's just, we can get addicted. We can get addicted to overthinking. We can get addicted to the thoughts that keep appearing in our head. Trust me, it's every day. It's everyday work in progress. So it's not to get down on yourself and judge yourself when bad thoughts or thoughts may appear in your head, because you are separate from them. They are not truly yours unless you identify with them, unless you choose to identify with them. But allowing yourself, allowing them to flow through, and allowing yourself to be more in your heart, be more in your gut, and not just in your brain. As the brain does serve a purpose, I'm not saying it doesn't, but it is when we have been led away from using our heart, using our gut coherence, because we've only been told that there's really only one brain. But that is why we feel so much when it comes to love, when it comes to intuition, because it is just more than our brain. And this helps you tap in more to that feminine energy, helps you tap in more to your flow, and being more in your passions, and really doing what you love to do with intention, with loving intention, and not holding grudges or grief around people that, you know what I'm saying, you might have had a bad circumstance with in the past. Because ultimately when you do that, that is only going to affect you, as the other person is doing something else or has moved on. And it is not good to think that way, trust me. I was in a 4-year relationship, y'all. 4-year relationship, not even relationship, but it was off and on with my baby mother. And she's amazing, she's beautiful and everything like that. I'm not trying to downgrade her or nothing. But you know what I'm saying, it was me that was holding on to everything that she had did, and I had did stuff back as well, but it was really toxic. And that was only affecting me. That was only keeping me prison in the mind. And I wasn't tapped into my heart. I wasn't tapped into my gut. As I've had times of intuition, and there was this one time when I remember I was in class. Yo, this was crazy. And my friends, we were sitting in the table like this. So like the table's like this, and then we're sitting around the table, right? And this is when my intuition just kind of tapped in. I wasn't spiritually awakened or nothing like that, but this is like senior year. And my friend Landon was sitting with me and a couple other friends, and we were just around the table. And this teacher, I had noticed she had been staring at us, but I didn't really think that she was going to call the principal or nothing. And, you know, a lot of my friends jewel. I don't jewel, but I had a dab pen, which is like a card, THC card. But I don't think I had one. I think they had one, but we was passing around, and I had it at that moment. And somehow I had all the jewels too, because they was passing around, and we passed them under the table. So I had all the jewels at the moment, finna pass them. But we was just talking and laughing, and then some urge just told me, like, I just got an urge, like a quick little urge, quick little knowing, and I just passed them all to my friend Lennon. And as soon as I did that, we heard keys open the door, and it was the principal. And I had no idea the teacher had not yelled at us or even warned us about it. So it was just that intuition that had tapped into me. And yeah, I ended up not getting in trouble because I still got in trouble. I still got after school. But they found nothing on me. I would have gotten more trouble if they had found a jewel or THC card. But yeah, that is definitely one of them times when intuition has tapped in. And there's been more times where, you know what I'm saying, there was times when I didn't listen to it. As I had went with a friend, and he was a little bit intoxicated. And I do not condone this at all. But I had went with them. But before I went with them, I just had a bad feeling. And I knew I had a bad feeling it was going to get pulled over. And then boom, we got pulled over. But luckily the cop was really nice, and we got away. And yeah, that was the end of it. But there's them times, I'm sure y'all have stories as well, where that intuition has tapped in. And it is so good to use that intuition to tap into them knowings, into them flow states, as when doing what you love, not really thinking too much about it, as when we try to control, that is a sense of when we're out of control. So we just like to flow with it like water. But obviously, you know what I'm saying, have some ideas, have some plans, but it is balancing it out, not trying to control it so much, not trying to overthink it. It is really easy to do that. But tapping more into that heart, into that brain coherence and that gut coherence will definitely help you do that and advance you in doing that. Especially when we talk about the chakras, and they are all throughout the body. As if y'all don't know about the chakras, they are lined up throughout the body vertically, and we have gifts with them. We have energy within them, and meditation and other spiritual practices that I can get into in another video, if y'all want me to. It helps us tapping into them more. As when we practice these senses, as like practicing with the muscle. You know what I'm saying? You go and work out to grow your muscles. It's like growing these senses. The more you practice, more repetition, the more you're able to remember and tap into them. Because we have all had these abilities. It's just being able to tap back into them. So yeah, being more in your heart, being more in your gut, but also obviously using your brain as well, using that right and left hemisphere will definitely help you be more complete, be more pure with what are you doing and with the actions that you are taking throughout your day, and help you be more in them elevated emotions, be more in love, be more in compassion, because that will only translate throughout your relationships and help you love yourself more and express yourself more, because ultimately that is what advances us, that is what helps us be in our true state of being, and that will only grow and amplify the energy that you already are. And we are energetic beings, and we are more than this beautiful avatar body, as I like to call it. And just affirmations help as well, and they can help you be more in that heart coherence, heart-brain coherence, and use your gut as well. I hope y'all like this video. Yeah, it's been a great day today. Can't complain. I stayed up till like 1 last night. Hey, I need to get my. It's like I don't try to control the day as well. I just kind of let it flow as well. But I do have things that I do throughout the day. Yeah, just let me know if y'all want a routine or whatever. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. I love y'all, and I'm gonna come back at y'all with another one.